I did can't talk. I did just drop a few short new videos on my channel, so you gotta get a chance to take a look at those. Um, so I want to send a few shout outs right now. Yasko YouTube, big shout out to you. CJ Faison, his wife Chelsea, congratulations on you guys' new baby. Hope you guys have all the love and joy in the world. Um, Big shout out to my niece Kaylee. She's getting ready to have a new baby pretty soon. So big shout out to her. Um, Big shout out to my family back home. All my friends back home. Big shout out to you guys. Shout out to all my new subscribers to my channel. Thank you guys. Means the world to me. So I know I've not been live lately. But
what up? What up?
Give
me just a minute here, please.
Big shout out to everybody for sticking with me. That's been behind me. Thank you everybody that has been viewing my videos, that has been hitting that like button and subscribing to my channel. Thank you.
Hey guys, so I wanted to let me pause, or let me just turn the volume down. There we go. Because I would like to take a minute to explain some things here. The channel known as Extra has always existed in a strange middle ground. From the beginning, it wasn't about picking sides, declaring heroes or crowning villains, It was about observation. Extra explored the psychology behind conflict, why people clash, why communities fracture, and why certain personalities seem magnetically drawn into cycles of drama, attention, and escalation. The core mission is not going away. What is changing is the setting. Extra is now turning into something more raw, more exposed, and more reflective on how online conflict actually functions in real time. The channel is becoming what can best be described as a troll bridge, a neutral crossing point where opposing forces, hidden actors, observers, and even targets all briefly occupy the same space. This isn't about glorifying trolls, it is not about defending lolcows, and it isn't about pretending any side is morally pure. It's about showing the machinery. Extra was built around a simple but uncomfortable question. What makes people behave the way they do online? Short form content, broke moments down, quickly. Tone shifts, ego wounds, overreactions, social signaling. Long form content will zoom out, and it'll examine patterns, repetition, escalation, dependency on attention, and the psychological feedback loops, that trap people in drama ecosystems. That lens is going to remain intact. The channel will still analyze both sides, the troll and the target, the instigator and the reactor, the audience and the performer. What changes that Extra is no longer pretending these groups exist in isolation, because they don't. They coexist, react to each other, and often feed each other without ever admitting it. So, what is the troll bridge? A troll bridge is not a safe space. It's not a hug box. And it's not a call to action. It is a meeting point. Traditionally, trolls operate in fragmented spaces, private servers, anonymous boards, chat groups, burner accounts. Targets often labeled as locales exist publicly, usually unaware of how coordinated or calculated certain attacks are. Observers sit in between, just consuming, commenting, and reacting, and occasionally jumping sides. Extra becomes the bridge between these worlds. On this bridge, trolls can communicate openly, without moderation. They can plot ideas, plots, grievances, and vendettas. They can all be discussed. The mask slips, even if identities don't. The psychology of coordination becomes visible. It's not about telling trolls what to do. It's about showing how they think, why they move, and what motivates escalation. Because they already are. The difference is that most people only ever see the results of trolling. Harassment campaigns, dogpiling, reputational damage, public meltdowns. What they don't see is the buildup, the justifications, the group reinforcement, the sense of righteousness or amusement that fuels it. By letting trolls speak in a visible, contained environment, Extra exposes, how grievances form, how enemies are selected, how moral frameworks are constructed. They deserve it, or it's just jokes or they started it type stuff. How boredom, resentment, and identity drive behavior. Sunlight doesn't excuse behavior, it explains it. Now, the role of plotting and exposure is, one of the more controversial elements of this shift is transparency. On Extra, the trolls can discuss future moves, they can air out, internal disagreements, they can expose, competing plots, they can turn on each other, they can form alliances, whatever, they can reveal how fragile alliances really are. This matters because trolling communities are often portrayed as unified, omnipotent forces, but they're not. They fracture constantly. Egos clash, power struggles, and moral disagreements are common. And by exposing that instability, Extra, demystifies the troll, archetype. Um, they're not they're not masterminds. They're people navigating boredom, control, identity, and validation. Often clumsily, sometimes perfectly. So it's a place to give a peace of mind. Another key function of the troll bridge is expression. Trolls are rarely honest in public facing spaces. Irony, layers of sarcasm, implausible deniability dominate this space. Extra allows something different, direct articulation. Why do they dislike someone? What do they think that person represents? What boundary was crossed in their mind? What do they believe justifies their actions? These are not endorsements. They're psychological artifacts, Understanding doesn't mean agreeing, but it does mean seeing the full picture. The local's perspective, you know, let's look behind the curtain, maybe the most unusual aspect of Extra's new direction is that locals themselves are allowed to look, For the first time, the people being targeted, they can observe planning in real time, see how narratives are constructed about them, understand what is actually being said and when they're not present. They can decide whether engagement helps or harms them. This flips the usual power dynamic. Trolling thrives on, asymmetry. One side knowing more than the other. By placing that information in the open, Extra removes some of that leverage, but at the same time it don't. Because these locals are most of the time too fucking stupid to even bother taking a look at the patrol bridge. Not all locals are gonna want to look. Some of them might. Some will react badly. Some will react. Or, or maybe even some will gain clarity. Very few, I'm sure, and all of that is data. You know, it's not really a moral courtroom. Extra is not here to decide who is right. Online conflict is rarely clean. Trolls can be cruel. Locals can be manipulative, narcissistic, or explore. They can explode. Like audiences can reward the worst behavior while claiming neutrality. This channel doesn't absolve, it doesn't prosecute, it documents. It asks what incentives are driving this. Who benefits from escalation? Why does attention function like currency? What happens when identity becomes performance? So, now the short form versus, long form and going forward, short form content will, continue to highlight moments, like contradictions, slips in logic, emotional spikes, power plays and mask drops. Long form content will connect those moments into systems, basically how locale arcs repeat across platforms. It'll focus on how audiences participate without accountability and how ironic behavior becomes sincere over time. The bridge isn't chaos. It's a laboratory. And why I think this direction matters is ignoring trolls doesn't really make them disappear. Mocking locales doesn't stop the cycle. So pretending everyone is acting in good faith doesn't survive, contact with reality. Extra exists to show what's actually happening beneath the surface. When everyone can see the game. Hang on, guys. So anyway, you know, when everyone, has the ability, not saying they will, but when everyone has the ability to see the game, sometimes maybe the game changes, but I don't look for the game to change. Some trolls, some trolls, I don't know how to say this, a lot of trolls, not just some, a lot of trolls that I have met in my short time of being around this seem like very decent people. I don't see them as fucking villains. There are a small few that, are pretty fucked up, you know. And there are very large numbers of the quote unquote good trolls or good people that, you know, would like to be able to figure certain things out, you know, and just don't know what direction to take. And, you know, some targets, you know, through this action will disengage, you know. Some observers will just realize their role. Some won't, you know. Some of them will just stupidly and blindly keep fucking going. That's the beauty of this thing, you know. But nothing, you know, really remains invisible, you know, with this, you know. It's a, you know, extra, you know, is not a side, you know, it's a lens. It's a place where behavior examined rather than excused, you know, where, you know, motives are, you know, exposed rather than, you know, mythologized, you know, like, and if that's a word, you know, but you know, where the internet's most uncomfortable dynamics are dragged into the open and left there to, you know, be examined. Essentially, it's a place where unmoderated, you know, here at the Troll Bridge, there will be no moderators. There will be no moderation, not even myself. You know, basically, it's a spot that, you know, let's just make a couple examples here. You know, let's just say someone that comes to the top of mind. Let's say, you know, Sean Saunders wants to come in here and, you know, tell, oh, fuck, I don't know, wants to tell fucking, you know, Patrick fucking, you know, to go eat a dick. He can come in and tell Patrick to go eat a dick without moderation, you know. He can come, you know, they can argue in here amongst each other if they want to, you know. They can come in here and get along. You know, they can stop in here for, you know, when everybody leaves one stream that stops, you know, they can stop in here and communicate with each other about it if they want, you know. They can stop in here, you know, to, you know, plot the next move, you know, they whatever. It's basically an unmoderated spot for the good, the bad, the ugly, and the locale to, you know, take a look if they want to, you know. There's no one saying they have to. If you choose to use the site, cool. If you choose not to, cool too. I don't give a fiddler's fuck, you know, but it's here and it's available. You know, yeah, I guess from its earliest, you know, from the earliest moments of Extra, you know, it existed, you know, to sit where most people refuse to look for long, you know, kind of in the space between conflict and curiosity, you know, sort of between entertainment and discomfort, you know, between this is funny and this is, you know, revealing something ugly. You know, at its core, Extra has always asked one question, you know, why do people act the way they do online, you know? Not in a moralizing way, you know, not in a legal way, you know, not, I guess more in a psychological, behavioral, and systems based way, you know. And that mission doesn't change, you know. It just changes how close, you know, Extra is willing to get to the source, you know. Hang on. Guys, was I muted for a little while or like Did you hear the last little bit I was just saying, like after I put the phone back in place? All right, I got you. I got you. Okay, cool. But yeah, Patrick, I'm sorry you had to eat one, buddy. I was just thinking of a fucking name, like so. But so anyway, guys, that's what this is going to be. Essentially, again, it's going to be an unmoderated space. You know, goddamn well there ain't none of them fucking knucklehead locals are going to come watch shit except the way they do now, and lurk and stuff. So again, it's a spot if you want to come in here and call out another troll, the space is here. If you want to fucking, come in here and form alliances, come in here and form alliances. You want to come in here and call virtual a cocksucker, come in here and call virtual a cocksucker. Whatever. It's available for anything and everything you possibly want to fucking, say. Completely unmoderated. So if y'all choose to use the channel, awesome. I'm gonna have a 24-hour fucking stream available. The stream will be available, and there will be a explanation of what the channel is about. That is played at the beginning of every hour on live streams. So when people come in and don't know what the channel's about, they can rewind to the start of every hour and listen if they want to understand what the channel's about. But yeah, absolutely. LMP and Ashley, that's exactly what I'm saying here. You can still do that. That's what this is. Just like everybody has been so far, come on in and, fucking have a laugh and, joke around, whatever, if it goes any deeper than that, like if somebody, got you pissed off and you feel like exposing them on there, come in here and say your piece, whatever. Up to you. Doesn't make a fuck to me. I wasn't pissed at you the other night, LMP. I wasn't mad at you at all. Not at all. You good. You good. I'm not mad at anybody, honestly. LMP, I for real am not mad at anybody. Um, there was one fucking thing that pissed me off out of every last bit of fucking the stuff that, has gone on since day one of me being around. There was one thing that pissed me off out of all of it, and that was using my fucking dad's picture, fucking like that. It was dirty. I'm pretty sure I know who did that, and I don't think he knew, that my dad was dead, so, but that's it. Oh, look, Ellie, I was having fun for like, you know, what was it, the day before, and then the day of, I was fucking pointing fingers at everybody. I was pointing fingers at everybody, basically stirring the pot, LMP, if that makes any sense to you. What's up, Ethan? But nah, we good. We good for real. I'm good with everybody. That's what this is about now, like I did what I wanted to do, you know, I did what I wanted to do the day before yesterday, and it has shed a little bit of light on, some things. So like I am beyond every bit of it at this point, and I am back to the point of I am neutral with every fucking person on the internet. Yeah, people were saying Ashley is you. um, Hell yeah, Ethan, you got a fucking space, and I'm not. Hey, who the fuck said safe space? You got that wrong, Ethan. This ain't a safe space. This is an unmoderated, whatever space. But I did notice that, since I've came around, about a month ago roughly, I have had, and now I know I was kind of the center of controversy when it came to E2, but you know, both of my channels have been both of my channels have kind of been a pit stop, for anybody and everybody. If somebody wanted to come fucking, cuss me out, they could do that. That's the way Zombula fucking, started talking to me. He came over and fucking started, trying to talk to me on the virtual reptarium. And, and then we just started talking about snakes and shit, and it grew from there. And many others, like Patrick example, the one I used earlier in the example. Patrick started, coming over and hanging out talking about the snakes and shit. And so, people have sort of used these channels as a spot to come fucking, talk shit and also be cool with each other. And so I just want to make this a 24/7 space because I don't have the fucking energy or the will to spend as many hours doing this as everybody else. I know I have, for a couple of weeks now. But I like it and I'm gonna have fun with it still too. I just I cut the stream off and shit, whenever I feel like it and stuff. And I want to change it from that. I kind of want it to be a constant, 24/7 fucking stream that's available. That's because you're a fucking crackhead, Ashley. They are fucking wild. They are fucking wild. Guys, after, not yesterday, but after the day before there, I have gotten fucking swamped with fucking emails. Like, people that I've never fucking, like in this whole thing, when it comes to real life, but when it comes to, real life, I have talked to, two people in real life, prior to, the last week here, since I have, fell into this fucking community. And I don't, I like both of them people, but I don't give a fuck, I don't really believe but about fucking, 2% of what they say. But now the other two people that I have met fucking, recently here, within the last week or so started talking to, you know, I like those people, and those are the very fucking people that, 90% of the fucking email flood that I got was trying to convince me, badly of. And so it's fucking understandable to everybody. I don't give a fuck who is who for real when it comes to screen names and shit. Like, it really means nothing. Like, and I will continue, regardless of who anybody thinks fucking Zom and Ashley are. I will continue to talk to Zom and Ashley. Because even, let me word it like this. Even if Zom and Ashley was any chance of being the people that some of y'all have tried to convince me of, I don't give a fuck. There's a difference in, the online world and real life, and, they haven't given me a real reason to hate them or even be upset with them or suspect them of anything. At least you're learning, LMP. At least you're learning to be God. That's right. Some people can think, like, whatever, with me and shit. But it has been blatantly obvious that I have been seen as some sort of fucking, I don't know what word to use, I really don't know what word to use, but I guess I've been seen as some sort of threat maybe or something to missions, there has been, a couple of people that were willing to admit that to me, that they saw me as a threat to the mission in the beginning. But anybody that thinks that has me wrong, I love what you trolls do. I like it. I have a lot of fucking fun with it. So you've got me wrong. I have no intention of destroying anybody's fun. I don't mind even participating in the fun a little bit. So, hell yeah, yeah. And we're going to do that kind of thing, LMP. We are going to have panels and shit. We're going to have panels and shit. Like, for sure, if you choose to wear a mask on panel, I'm okay with that, If you, if you want to be your real self on panel, that's fine. Because, guys, I'll tell you now, everybody out here knows who I am. They have seen my face. They have seen my ID card. They've seen the front of my fucking, house. They know the address. They know everything there is to know about me as far as that kind of thing. But not a fucking one of you yet has figured out who the fuck I am when it comes to a screen name. So, it's except for the screen names that I don't guard fucking closely. Yeah, definitely not Sonya and definitely not Prolapse, I understand that's not you guys. You may have your suspicions, you may have your suspicions, buddy. I'm not doubting anybody for having suspicions. I'm not doubting anybody. But that's all part of the fun of this game, is determining who's who, when it comes to screen names. And I'm not even talking about their real names and shit. Real information is so much easier to figure out than screen names. And as a matter of fact, Zom, I was talking to you last night. I there was a few people talking to you though, so you got to narrow it down from those few. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Don't get it twisted, Ashley. We've talked about this many times. Like I'm not cool with fucking Chester pedophile motherfuckers. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They can clone your account. They can make it look just like yours. Like I mean, I could go in there and make one right now that looks like it says LMP.20. But or 2.0 or whatever you're trying to make there. I could do that and make it look just like yours. I mean, to the passing person or whatever. But yeah, fuck that. Like, have fun with it. Have fun, clone them up. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And this channel here will always be about putting the fucking the questionable pedophile behavior on blast. For sure, we will always highlight that. Like I say, the channel's just going to take a serious turn. It's going to take a turn for the better, in my opinion. It just gives an unmoderated space. Um, and it fucking, to say or do whatever the fuck you want to do. And it will have short form content, the funny little shorts, but then it'll have long form content, sort of breaking down the psychology behind everything. That's all right. They'll get a new one. Wait, unless the mailbox is at 400 Hillside Drive. You're looking at a moon rock. You don't know what that is for real? That's a goddamn moon rock, son. That comes straight from the moon. That's a real living moon rock. Hey, that's the kind of stuff that'll get you kicked out of here. That's not a normal rock. I like your name, so I'm going to leave you here for now, but please don't ever call that a normal rock again. Elon Musk brought it back. Elon Musk gave it to me. They vape, they have grills and they drink water. So, yeah, please, please don't underestimate that rock. Absolutely. There were lives risked to get it. Yeah, don't let it fool you. If you don't believe us about the moon rock, You can go check with fucking Black Lion. He has a moon rock. You can check with E2, Dream It Into Existence. Fucking, he's got a moon rock. And you can ask Ethan. You can ask Ethan. Ethan knows all about moon rocks. Sometimes they do LMP, yes. Sometimes. You must be extremely careful around these things. Guys, look, you know what? It sounds to me like we have some people. Oh, man. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Black Lion's moon rock is wild. It is. It's a different species for sure. Um, Guys, it seems to me like there's some people with questions. So, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished scholars, astronauts, geologists, and that one guy who's just here, for the free show. Thank you for being here. You know, Today I got the honor of presenting groundbreaking research on one of the most misunderstood, overanalyzed, and emotionally distant creatures known to science. It's the moon rock. Now, moon rocks, scientifically known as lunar arthi- arthictus, totally not Earthicus, are rocks that come from the moon. I know it's shocking, but years of research, went into confirming that we checked twice. Moon rocks were first collected during the Apollo missions when NASA bravely spent billions of dollars to answer humanity's most important question. Is the moon just a big rock? And the answer was yes, but a very special rock. You know, Moon rocks are primarily, primarily made of rock, and they're something that scientists call, space dust that gets everywhere. Unlike Earth rocks, moon rocks have no water. They're full of life and absolutely no interest in your feelings. In lab studies, moon rocks have demonstrated, very little emotional response, complete silence under questioning, and an alarming tendency to just sit there. In fact, when placed next to Earth rocks, moon rocks exhibit what scientists call geological superiority. They know where they've been. Moon rocks are approximately 3 to 4.5 billion years old, making them older than, Sue Tom and JT Tom. Dinosaurs, trees, the concept of weekends, and, most arguments on the internet. These rocks, formed when the moon was still young and going through its violent phase, which involved meteor impacts, volcanic activity, and floating alone in space. Basically, the moon's teenage years, if you will. When brought back to Earth, moon rocks must be kept in, Tupperware containers, not because they're dangerous so much, but because Earth's air just grosses them out, and they might regurgitate. Exposure to Earth's atmosphere causes moon rocks to chemically react, likely thinking, wow, this place is humid. Scientists handling moon rocks must wear gloves, lab coats, and the face of someone who really doesn't want to drop a rock worth millions of dollars. And, recently, totally legitimate studies suggest that moon rocks may be observing us. Evidence includes, they never blink, they never move when you're watching them, and they always look slightly disappointed. Some researchers believe moon rocks are quietly judging Earth rocks for being soft, wet, and covered in moss. Moon rocks, they do not eat. However, they absorb cosmic radiation, moonlight, and the crushed dreams of failed ghost hunters. This makes them extremely low maintenance pets, although they do not respond, to their name's affection or encouragement. Moon rocks have been, gifted, to, countries around the world as symbols of peace, exploration and, flexing on the rest of the planet. Unfortunately, many moon rocks were later, like lost, stolen, or accidentally thrown away, proving that even priceless space artifacts are no match for human carelessness. Some moon rocks now reside in museums where they sit under glass, like the one you're seeing here, while visitors say things like, "That's it. I've got a rock like that in my driveway. My kid could make that." No, your kid cannot make a moon rock. Your kid lacks zero gravity in billions of years. Trust me. Guys, in conclusion, moon rocks are ancient, they're silent, they're extremely unimpressed with Earth, and they're proof that humanity went to space, grabbed some rocks and said, yeah, this was worth it. They remind us that even the cold, lifeless vacuum of space can produce something meaningful that just sits there, doing absolutely nothing, very expensively. Guys, I want to thank you for your time, your attention, and your willingness to believe any science presented confidently enough. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to return, and get this moon rock, a little safer contained before it decides to emotionally distance itself from the future. What was that? LMP, don't call my rock cheese. There has been research to say that it could possibly be a burrito, but it's definitely not cheese. I saw that. I saw that, LMP. I am just correcting the rumor. Well, if you are traumatized, you have came to the right place for guidance. Here at the the E2 Extra Troll Bridge, everybody is here to give you advice. As long as you are receptive of their advice and their consolement, everybody should make you feel welcomed. I know it. The damn unbelievers. It's amazing. It's amazing. There's a fucking moon rock right in front of them and they don't believe it. Right in front of them. Good, good. I'm glad you feel at home. We care about each and every one of you tremendously with all of our heart. So you're here. You're definitely in a welcoming space. Yeah, moon rock dust is not good egg seasoning. I learned that from a feller that made a video using it to cook his eggs. No more moderators. None at all, not even myself. There will be absolutely no moderators here. And I am going to go remove any and all automatic moderation. There will be no moderation at all. So if you want to call somebody a cum belching road whore, a sperm burping Peter Leach, and afterbirth of a lesbian clusterfuck, you are welcome to do it. Officer Vargas has no fucking authority. Fucking Dirty Sanchez had, that motherfucker can eat a dick over here. So, no mods at all, Ethan. No mods. It is an unmoderated space. We, the trolls, have to stiffen up our feelings a little bit. We had to have one fucking asshole already. And it had to be Ethan to kick it off. That's fucking great. Oh, fuck. Toe sucker. We had dish rag number 2.
Alright, y'all. Welcome to my channel, first and foremost. So, anyway, feels good to be back. I'm your boy Jay, formerly known as Jason Exploring the Unknown. So, first and foremost, I want to say thank you to my subscribers to my channel. We're slowly starting to climb again and slowly starting to get back to the YouTube world. So, first and foremost, I want to say thank you to those who have followed me on my channel, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, whatever you might be following me on. It has been a crazy week to say the least, and we are in the midst of hurricanes left and right. So everybody knows Hurricane Helene hit, then Milton hit.
What up, Darknet?
And now they got another one that's coming right behind that one. So, thoughts and prayers out to everybody that is affected by them storms and is affected by all the things that are going on. Just know that we're thinking of you guys. We miss you guys. Just know that we are trying our best to get back out there and to get into the YouTube world once more. And
hell yeah, well, you got it. You come to the right place.
A long ride, to say the least. And we are so very happy that we're able to come back here and do our thing once more. And as you guys can see, I got my flags back up here again. And I got another one right over here on this side over here. So supporting the red, white, and blue, and also supporting Texas through and through. But again, our thoughts and prayers go out to those people in Florida and all the people affected by the hurricanes.
Good.
So our hearts and thoughts are with you.
How about you?
We know there's a lot of devastation that's been getting caused by these hurricanes and lots of tornadoes touching down and just lots of damage being done. So our thoughts are with you.
Trolls.
And we continue to pray for you guys for all this devastation that's going on. And we hope that you guys can come out of this bigger than what you went into it and be able to be stronger for it. And granted, you know, I don't do a lot of paranormal stuff anymore, and that is for good reasoning.
Awesome.
A lot of these are having to do with things happening that should have been happening. So I am going to go ahead and say that I did have to delete my other channel, unfortunately. But I will explain here in a little bit why I had to delete that channel. It's not something I wanted to do, but it is something that had to be done. There was just too much drama going on that channel, and people were trying to destroy my channel and wreak havoc on my channel altogether. So
yes, you did.
I'm not gonna say any names right now, but you guys know who you are. You guys know what you did was wrong. And you know, when you send people out to try to attack me and my family, that's where you go wrong. Okay.
Okay.
I will do everything in my power to protect my family. I will do everything in my power to make sure my family is safe. Now, when you come on somebody's YouTube channel and you say nasty things about
Nah, we
their kids
ain't
and
found
their
them
family,
again.
that's where you step over the line. You know who you
This
are.
is just
You know
old
what
stuff.
you did, and you notice that it backfired on you. So just so you know that. You know, I had people calling me out that were supposedly by my house, and again, I came out looking for them. They would never come out. So supposedly they were wherever they were saying they were at. I went right to where they said they were at. And again, nobody came out. So I was not afraid by any means, and I was not
I don't
afraid
know yet,
to
buddy.
show myself to whoever they were. But if you're gonna be a coward and hide somewhere to try to get somebody's attention and try to call somebody out over YouTube, just know that it don't take a lot to be a keyboard warrior. You can sit in your mom and dad's basement or whatever, your basement, whatever, and sit there and talk shit over YouTube all you want. Okay? People don't have the courage or the balls to do a lot of things that we do. And they take that for granted because they don't have the courage to do what we do. They sit in their mom and dad's basement all night long and talk shit to people. Those are what we call keyboard warriors. Again, I'm not going to say names. I'm not going to call anybody out. Because I'm pretty sure you already know who you are. And just like they'll go off talking shit to other YouTubers or leaving bad comments on their YouTube channel or whatever it might be. Again, keyboard warriors, people that don't have any kind of balls to them, don't have any kind of courage or any kind of discipline to them. So just so you guys know, for future reference, for people to do something like that, do not give them any kind of reaction, because that's what they want. They want the biggest reaction they can possibly get.
Wait a minute. Wait the fuck a minute, buddy. Wait the fuck a minute. Hey, let's have a talk. Let's have a talk there, bud. You knew a year ago. Hang on. Let me move this over so everybody can see. You knew a goddamn 1 year ago that they just wanted a reaction, but you kept giving it to them.
The thing too that gets me too is these bullies. Bullies that think they need some kind of reaction because they're desperate for attention. Or they're not, just their brain is not fully developed and they're just acting out aggressively because they don't know how to control their anger. And they have big problems at home, so they come out and take it out on other people. Do not let that get to you. Do not let that undermining get to you. Because that's just kids that have no sense of reality.
The hooker.
It's one of them things that we have to look at as, you know, we can try to help them or we can just try to knock them out on the two. For me, I prefer to try to help, but sometimes there comes a time where you have to do what you got to do. Even if that means knocking somebody out. Alright? It's not that, you know, I choose to knock somebody out, that I choose to hurt somebody, but it is one of them things, okay? So, don't think that, you know, even for a minute that I'm trying to hurt anybody or that I'm going to go off starting problems with somebody, because that's not going to happen, alright?
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, I do still have my paranormal equipment.
That's it.
I still do use it sometimes, but I don't go off on many adventures anymore. And I have very good reason for that. And to put it into self-explanatory stuff, it's one of them things that had to stop for a while. And it's not something not something I had really chosen to do. It's just something I had to do. You need to understand that family comes first and the safety of your family comes first. And people need to learn to stop taking life for granted. No matter what that means or how many times you see some of these videos, just know that we are out here putting in our time, putting in our efforts to
How do you
make
know I got
contact
a
with you
pink
guys.
gown
Give you
on?
guys something to look at, somebody for you guys to talk to. So leave us nice comments. Let us know that we're doing okay helping you guys out. So that's one of the main reasons that I'm here right now, is spreading my inspiration to you guys. Let you guys know that I don't let small things get to me, okay? It's not something that is going to get to me, really. Again, you know, I have been through some things myself in life, and I chose not to let it get to me because there's no reason for it. It's just people that want to start drama in any way, shape, or form that they possibly can, and they want some kind of big reaction out of it.
Yeah.
And if you give them that reaction, they know they won against you because they got the reaction they wanted. So, again, the way I look at things is, at least with negative things, it's out of sight, out of mind.
Absolutely.
You know, if you see a bully doing something that they shouldn't be doing, you gotta take care of it, handle it. But if they're not bothering you and they're not picking on somebody smaller than them or anything like that, don't worry about them because they're just being idiots, alright?
Alright. No sightings at all,
For those
Harrison.
who have lost somebody too soon, or
nobody will ever have sightings of him. He's way out in the country.
So we fighting for some kind of illness or something like that.
He already told us that.
We're with you guys. Our hearts and thoughts are with you. I've lost a lot of people in my life, and I know what it's like to truly have somebody that battles some kind of mental illness or some kind of terminal illness. So just know that, you know, we are thinking of you guys and that we are with you guys 110%. But, so I got another surprise for you guys tonight, which I'm going to do here pretty shortly. I had not planned on really doing this tonight, but it's something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I haven't really taken the time to do it, so I'm going to go ahead and pretty soon here get this party started up and try to see if we can...
You know, his head already looks like a bastard house cat. He would fucking have, like, a super bastard house cat look if he had hair.
Because I do know there is things that run around here that, you know, a lot of people wouldn't believe in, but they are here. You know, so, give me one moment.
Are we going on a ghost hunt? Oh yeah, he's definitely a waterhead. Donnie the retard, or wait, Jason the retard had an 8-pound waterhead. He was 5'3" and he said to me, "Ah!" Shit, he got his ball. Hey guys, have any of y'all ever heard him call them cat balls? Because he called them cat balls. I heard him. Let me try to find it quick. He called them cat balls. Let's see here. Hell no. That's because he was looking at the moon rock, Ethan. Let me find it. Is it this one?
I am gonna try to get back into a little bit of paranormal here and there.
Alright. I think this is the stream.
I figured I'd jump on here real quick. Give me a second. See if I can find my other thing here. Okay, I can't use those because
nah, I've never done that, bro.
Okay. Well, that sucks. Alright, you guys. Sorry about that. So, first and foremost, welcome to my channel. And secondly, I wanted to take the time to really just say thank you to you guys. And
You're welcome,
let you guys
big buddy.
know that
You're welcome, big
I
buddy.
am truly thankful for you guys. I'm truly thankful for everything you guys are doing for me.
I
Thank
said
you.
you're welcome, big buddy. It's okay.
So, coming back up into the YouTube world, you guys. Coming back up into just another phenomenal year. And we are...
Alright. We played some questionable stuff. Myself, Zom, Ashley, mainly, the three of us. Lot of credit goes out to Ashley. Spent hours sifting through some of his old content and found some fucking videos with some questionable shit in them. You know, he told some weirdo stories about his grandma, and then the same exact story said it was his aunt, where they wanted to treat him like a baby. That was kind of weird. It wasn't really gross, I guess, but it was weird. And then he fucking, he was on there talking to what he believed was 10 and 11-year-old kids. One thing about potty training, like, which he should have just told the kid, you know, hey, that's a conversation to have with your parents. I'm sorry, I can't talk with you about this. But he didn't. He chose to keep talking. And then he tried to give kids Snapchat, you know, his Snapchat and stuff. Well, then there was another stream where he asked a bunch of people in the chat, you know, like, how old are y'all? And they said, you know, they said they were kids. They started putting their age in there, like 10, 11, 12, whatever. So he said, oh, wow, there's a bunch of youngins in here. He said, if y'all want to add me on Snapchat, you can. And then he said his Snapchat account, which was MMA Fighter 2015, I think. It was either that or just Fighter 2015, one of the two. But anyway, trying to get these kids to go to Snapchat. No, I don't believe they were really kids, but they were, you know, pretending to be kids, you know, and he didn't know they weren't kids. So, yeah. But anyway, he done that, and then he went on his stream to clear the air when we were playing those videos, and he tried to say that he just watched me create an AI video of him, which was bullshit, you know. And then he tried to say he barely ever uses Snapchat, that he only fucking uses Snapchat to talk to his family. and he got called out. Fucking Sonya in the Discord actually asked him, straight up and told him to be honest and shit. And he was still lying and talking circles, but she found the videos that he was claiming were AI right on his own channel. So anyway, fucking, he got called out and she called him a fucking pedophile and whatever and told him to fuck off. And Jay deleted his channel and Discord. And the rest is what you know. So essentially, it's some questionable behavior that he, tried to cover up, rather than fucking having some sort of, good excuse behind it. He tried to lie about it and hide it. And then also, we looked at, the one girl that he was supposedly dating. We looked at her YouTube channel, and she was a kid. She was actually doing the countdown, fucking, till homecoming and shit for high school. So yeah, she's a fucking kid. And he openly admitted that he dated her. He is dark and unnatural. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Oh yeah, he had a guilty conscience, absolutely. What up, Zach? I didn't even start a stream yesterday. I started late at night, but that was it. I just sort of, after, the day before yesterday when I called fucking out, Sonya, as you notice, there ain't but 6 people in here right now. No, we didn't try to ask her about him, because we never had a chance to even get to the rest of the stuff we were trying to fucking show before he deleted his channel. Him deleting his fucking channel is more than enough. More than enough. So, if you're not guilty of something, you don't delete your fucking channel. But what? What's the Wayback Machine? I'm not sure what that is, bud. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm playing the stream where he calls them cat balls. He fucks up.
And we are looking forward to just doing some great videos for you guys this year. And we have been so excited to just come back on here and try to get things rolling again. So, again, you guys, thank you so much for just being a part of us and being a part of who we are. You guys have just made it phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, but that's what I was saying before I continue on with this. See, what I was saying is you asked about what happened to my stream yesterday. Like I say, the day before yesterday when I called out fucking, Sonya, and like I say, anybody who thinks I'm wrong, that's fine, and Sonya herself may be laughing and I might have the wrong person. But if I have the wrong person of who she really is, then she is using somebody else's information to obtain a fucking debit card. So I'll check it out, Darknet. Hell yeah. But anyway, after, doing that, as you see, there's like 9 people here, There used to be a bunch of fucking people on here and shit watching. So some people fucking disappeared. Um, and as I've said many, many, many times, there is no possible way for any of us to know what screen name is who. As far as like ULMP, I don't know that you're Sonya. I don't believe you're Sonya, but I don't know for sure. For all you guys know, I could be Sonya. That's my point. As far as screen names go, none of us will ever know. Yeah, I'll check it out, Darknet. Abso-fucking-lutely. Hang on, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I gotta make a quick phone call. I got you, LMP. Hell yeah, I got you. And like I say, I'd like to bring you on panel too. We're gonna do panels here on this channel. I got you, Zach. I got you. I got you. I'll be with y'all in just a minute on a phone call.
Hope you guys out there in Florida are staying safe. I know you guys have been get born soon, so know that you're being thought. Guys, for those who do come on here joining me, thank you. Oh God. I'm a little on edge right now. I'm actually on my toes because I know she's getting ready to have another baby pretty soon, and it's a very exciting thing to know.
I'm not going on a snake trip for real,
I'm gonna be an
Ethan.
uncle again.
I was just saying the
Fucking news, you guys.
the
So,
city and
thank you
state
guys
that
for those who
fucking
come on and
Sonya's
join
from
me.
in real
Thank you.
life.
Oh God.
I'm not going on a trip, Ethan.
Ow, goddamn.
This stream is now going to be a 24-hour-a-day stream after today. I'm going to get everything set up, and after today, it'll be 24-hour stream.
I was actually looking for the other piece to my headphones to my phone, so I do get my mouthpieces going, but that's okay. Anyway, big shout out to CJ Faison, Oh My Gosh TV, Melissa Love on YouTube, James the Fam, Chelsea. Big shout out to every one of you guys. Hope you guys all out there in Florida are all staying safe. I know that hurricanes are a bad thing. They suck really bad. I was actually in a hurricane. I was in Hurricane Harvey, you guys. And let me tell you what, talk about a lot of devastation. But not as much devastation. But just for the fact of the cemetery.
Let me find the one I'm talking about. Fuck.
And touch these things and they light up. You get those. So if you guys do get these things, so you guys know, here in Texas, we have some of the most haunted cemeteries in the world. There are not, there really is. There's always something dangerous behind it. Whether you believe that there's bad things, former paranormal explorer, we know that it's a very hard thing to deal with, and again, we are all praying for you here and hope for the very best. Stuff every now and then still, but I have not done anything lately. Just for the fact of out of safety of my family and out of safety of my kids. You guys got to understand that when it comes to going into the paranormal world, you're stepping yourself into very dangerous grounds. And you never know what is going to come of it, or what can attach to you, or to your kids, or to somebody in your family. There's always something dangerous behind it. Whether you believe that there's bad things out there or not, there really is. And if you're not prepared for the paranormal world, you are not prepared for what you're stepping into. And I've done some pretty dangerous things, pretty crazy things, to say the least. And going out there, for example, going into a cemetery at night.
There's a hanging tree near where I'm at,
not knowing
too.
what you're walking into, or what you're going to see, or what you're going to hear.
That's right, LMP.
Let me tell you, it's quite frightening, to be honest with you. It's terrifying. And so you guys know, here in Texas, we have some of the most haunted cemeteries in the world. And I've been in some of those, so it is quite scary to say the least. And don't get me wrong, I do still have some of my paranormal equipment left. I am gonna try to get back into a little bit of paranormal here and there. I actually did have some paranormal activity going on right here in my house. So I got some spirit box apps loaded on my phone. I got spirit balls. That way, when they touch these balls, they light up. I also have voice recorders to catch EVPs. I'm working on getting more equipment, so that's be one of the major things that I'm working on. I'm also be getting a REM pod so I can go further into investigations, stuff like that, get more kind of responses. But I will actually show you guys the cat balls and the voice recorders that I have because
see, did you hear it?
they're not really go further into investigations, stuff like that, get more kind of responses. But I will actually show you guys the cat balls and the voice recorders that I have because they're not go further into investigations, stuff like that, get more kind of responses. But I will actually show you guys the cat balls and the voice recorders that I have because
I love it.
Go further into investigations, stuff like that, get more kind of responses. But I will actually show you guys the cat balls and the voice recorders that I have because they're not really expensive, but they are actually very, very accurate. So if you guys do get these things, they're actually very accurate. If something touches them, there's nothing around them, it's a sign of paranormal activity going on. So just be ready for that if you guys do. So if you guys do get these things, they're actually very accurate. If something touches them, there's nothing around them because they're not really expensive, but they are actually very further into investigations, stuff like that, get more kind of responses. But I will actually show you guys the cat balls and the voice recorders that I have because they're not really expensive, but they are actually very, very accurate. So if you guys do get responses, but I will actually show you guys the cat balls and the voice recorders that I have because they're not really expensive, but they are actually very, very accurate. So if you guys do get these things, they're but I will actually show you guys the cat balls and the voice recorders that I have because they're not really expensive, but they are actually very, very accurate. So if you guys do get these things, they're actually very accurate. If something touches them, because they're not really expensive, but they are actually very, very accurate. So if you guys do get these things, they're actually very accurate. If something touches them, there's nothing because they're not really expensive, but they are actually very, very accurate. So responses. But I will actually show you guys the cat balls and the voice recorders that I have because they're not really expensive, but they are actually very, very accurate. So if you guys do get these things, they're actually very accurate. If something touches them, there's nothing around them, it's a sign of paranormal activity going on. So just be ready for that if you guys do get those.
Who's everybody watching?
Real quick. Give me 1 second.
There's only 3 people here. Who do we got who do we got online? Somebody's live. Let's see here. Yep.
Dealing with it I look at it like a spiritual battle. That's exactly what it is. We have to understand.
But man, some people, some women are crazy. They're going outdoors. And they don't need to have no babies. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand you're fucking chewing like a fucking horse.
System that we couldn't fix. I'm tired of pretending about this electric grid we're using. It's pathetic and outdated. You know? Like, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. Okay? Oh, again, Tor. You know, we have computers and we have robots, right? And you know, eventually we're going to start making robots that work in the factories. And those robot factories will produce robot parts. And then we're going to create other robots that fix the robots with the new robot parts. And then we have an unlimited force that we can use to build anything and maintain anything we want. We could do that right the fuck now. So I'm tired of pretending that how we're doing it fucking matters.
What up, Jamie?
Robots building our infrastructure only takes electricity. It does not take money.
Oh, fuck.
Just resources to build the fucking pieces.
Fuck. You're right. There we go. Okay. Problem solved.
You know?
No more mods.
I look like
I gotta get them as they come in, LMP. I didn't do it from a computer. I'm just getting them all as they come in.
Comes out. Like if you go out,
Nah, let's go. Let's see if he's on right now. He should be going on real soon. What the fuck was his name? Black Lion 35, I think. At Black Lion 35. Nah, he's not live right now, but that's we'll watch his latest. Mods be gone. What up, Jamie? Where'd you go? Look at that fucking nose, boy.
you left me. You left me. You left me. She said, "No, you left me." You left me here with Dad all day.
Either that or he's part Pinocchio.
Oh yeah, I saw videos of you funny with it. You weren't lovely.
This is Jay's brother, I think.
Get up and lay down, Nova. Go. All the way. Get up there. Good girl. Lay down. Good girl.
Bug bucket.
Oh, I missed it. I was trying to throw her that little morsel, Mom. It
It's right in front of the stool. That's it. Give that to her.
Oh,
Maybe that'll put her to sleep tonight. You should be alright. Just never gonna have your puppy, I promise. I wish you'd do your job. Send my live to the fan Facebook. Did you? Mm-hmm. What up?
Cat
Douglas.
dogs.
What up, fam?
Yeah, he
Maybe
got
I
a
put my
moon
teeth
out.
in today. Oh, something right there. Life is weird, ain't it? Time just passes by. Yeah, sometimes. Life's even weirder when you try to involve people in your life that shouldn't be there. Slippery Poodle, can I tell you something sad? You can. Go ahead. Let me see if I got all messages on. Yeah, I got all messages. I'm gonna scoot down just a little bit. My lower back is killing me. I got back discs down there. So I'm gonna relax while we sit here and hang out for the next hour. Okay, my baby brother passed away on Halloween 2020. Oh, bro, I'm sorry. That sucks. It sucks losing a family member that you actually cared for and actually cared for you. That's weird. Is that I noticed myself slowly being the oldest person inside of places like stores. Is it weird that I noticed myself slowly be? Yeah, as you get older, you do become the oldest person in the stores.
He got himself a fucking
You're
nice
saying
set
you're
of pearly
gonna
whites
fuck
there, doesn't he?
She ain't gonna come with you. She wants to play now. It's climbing all over mom. Yeah, you guys should see this. Hold on. My wife is down there playing with the new American Bulldog puppy that we got, and the puppy just jumped on her fucking head.
That's not an American Bulldog, bro. It's an American Pit Mix.
That's Nova. That's my puppy right there. I Nova. Don't be bumping my tripod. Go over and lay down. Go. Go on. Good girl.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's definitely a
You're
mutt,
welcome,
but it has
Douglas.
American Pit
I
in
know how hard
it for
that can
sure.
be,
The
bro.
little puppy,
Losing
you
a family
know.
member that you actually give a shit about. I personally do not have any family besides the people that live in this house and my wife's mom and dad. That's the only family I got. I've got my children, I've got my wife, and I've got her mom and dad. That's it.
Not a lot of people have huge
Everybody else
extended
that's
families.
family, like related by blood, they're all dead to me. They died a long time ago when my mom died.
My fingers are not inside.
You smoking on muscle meat, bruh? No.
The fuck?
What's crack-a-lackin'? What's up, Land?
Oh, good. Yeah, come in there. Come on.
I am actually smoking a Cheyenne cigarette. I just snapped the filters off so I can get my Clint Eastwood on. Monday Night Football, have fun with that, bro.
Who's playing?
Who's playing? Who's winning? I don't know. I don't watch football. My wife's nosy like that, but I could give two shits. But she just asked who's playing, so I figured I'd ask you.
Don't come after my baby.
Texas versus Steelers. That would be a good one. Go Texas. Fuck the Steelers. Yeah, I said it. Fuck the Steelers. The only person that was a Steelers fan has passed away, so I am in full capability of saying fuck the Steelers. Probably Aaron Rodgers' last game. Really? Huh.
That's awesome, Harrison.
Sorry, I'm a Texas bred.
I have a
Texas.
I have an all-white American Pit, full blood, and then I have a Boston Terrier Jack Russell mix that they call it a Bojack.
Put her outside. Go outside, Noah. Hey, puppy, you want to come say hi to the camera? Nope, I'm just going to lay there. This dog, I think my father-in-law was right. This dog is like Eeyore. Gets up for a whole second and then lays back down. Gets up for a whole second and then lays right back down. The laziest puppy I've ever seen.
I have 2 alligators.
She's been a lot more playful today than I'm.
She has been really active today.
Yeah, I got 2 American alligators, but no Crocs.
But I'm surprised she has.
Yeah, I got 2 gators. Definitely a nose like the Green Goblin. And but anyway, Harrison, I was saying about a chicken dog.
Mama Cricket
I
missed
know
her
what you
first
mean,
bark.
because my pit,
Barked for the
she
first time
protects
today.
the chickens, but she also keeps them off the porch and stuff because they're free range.
Like, look at
It's
this
pretty
bald
cool.
Pudge, bro. Look at that pudge. That's pretty much been Mama Cricket ever since she got off of work, y'all. She's been giving this puppy more attention than I got. I didn't even get a kiss hello when she got off work. Look at this. She come home and got this puppy and it was, okay, I'm good. You see this shit? I've been traded for a puppy.
Oh please, I got traded for Nova, so fuck off.
No, you didn't. I still show you love. Look at his little ball of fluff.
The
I
filter
can't even
torn
say
off.
fluff because she's fucking short-haired.
Fluffy.
She's not even fluffy.
She's got the belly of a pig.
She's like Eeyore. Look at this. I think my father-in-law was right. Look at that.
She's got the belly of a potbelly pig.
I got traded. My old lady definitely likes the dog more than me. Stop with the random emojis. Yeah, stop with the random emojis, bro. Just come in here and say hi. That's all you gotta do.
To be fair though, you should be happy because I'm way more connected to this puppy.
Yeah, I've tried to get mom dogs before in the past, and it's never had any luck. She's never bonded with them. never wanted anything to do with them. I got stuck taking care of them.
Wonder if she has a
And then
poop
finally I'm
bucket.
tired of them. I'm like, listen, I already got Nova. I'm not taking care of this motherfucker. I'm gonna find a new home where it can be loved and took care of. And fucking this one has been completely different. Mama Cricket's been like on the floor, crawling all over this motherfucker. I swear to God, she's gonna suffocate it with love. What up, Ash?
The other ones are right.
This one seems lazy.
Here, hold on. She's gonna get mad at me. Show it to Daddy. Look at this fudge.
Very likely, Harrison. Very likely.
This is my pudgy, and she shall be my pudgy.
Look at her. She's like, I'm trying to sleep.
Long hair is a fucking bitch, man. Long hair sucks.
I need my beauty sleep.
Fuck.
You keep fucking with me. I'm going to go to sleep. Good night.
She's smelling it already.
Look at that.
She's out.
There's a coyote outside. You better bring Nova in here. Might have a coyote chasing live, guys. Normally when I hear coyotes out there and they get close to the house, I let Nova out after them. She damn near tore the head off one once. I don't like coyotes around here. I got small kids and small animals that live here. How y'all tonight? Man, who goes to sleep with an itchy butt and wakes up with a smelly finger? I don't know, but if you're sticking your finger up your nose after scratching your ass, man, that's a bad combo. Oh, there's the baby. I know there's the baby.
This one.
Look, where's Sue at? There she is. What up, Sue?
Fucking lazy.
Sue, the channel has taken a turn.
Yeah. Stop scratching your booty hole. You won't have a smelly finger.
It is an unmoderated channel now. Everybody can talk shit. They can do what they want. Now,
I literally rock her to sleep like a baby.
You're causing bad habits. I'm just letting you know. If she wanted to sleep, you should have just left her on the floor. And you're causing bad habits.
but we'll be on TVR tonight, though.
You've bonded. Pretty soon, that's gonna be a fucking 70-pound animal. Are you gonna let that fucker crawl in your lap then?
Probably not gonna have a choice, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Jesus.
Right now, just let me enjoy this small pudgy.
I made a homepage for the orphanage kids, but they are having a hard time finding it. Wow. What up, Odin? You know why you never see any orphans playing baseball? They don't know what home is. Honey! We're doing good. Sitting here chilling, drinking my coffee before I go to bed because the oils relax my stomach. Mama Cricket's over there infatuated with her puppy.
This should make them happy that I love it.
It does.
Especially considering,
This one might actually stick around the time.
especially considering the fact about making this pudgy for the day. It's doing its job. Grow up. It's emotionally supporting me after a long day at work. Leave me alone.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody used to do the same thing when you got off work.
I know. I used to cuddle with Nova too when she was a pup. When she got above 70, 80 pounds, I had to stop that shit because she would crush me.
You still do. Who you kidding?
I don't let her lay on top of me unless I'm having a seizure.
She still tries.
Molly has to stick around. She's just a baby, and Mama C loves her, and she loves her. Yep. Mama C actually likes this one, so this one might actually stick around. I've tried getting Mama Cricket a puppy 5 times now, not including Nova.
Okay.
Yes, we have. Would you like me to count? Would you like me to count?
Kane, Kobe.
Groot,
9.
Groot,
What is it?
Kane, Kirby, Honey. What was the other one?
You can't count Kobe because that one we didn't get for me.
I know, but he tried to bond with you a couple times and you shunned him. What was the other one? We had another one.
That was it.
It was Groot, Kane, Kirby, Honey.
That was it.
No, there was one more and I can't remember. Priscilla, you got exciting news. We're all ears. So many dogs. I want to rescue a dog, but we'll wait for one to come along. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. You reached 100 subscribers. Congratulations. Stan. Hey, buddy. I'm in the hospital right now. Someone hit me in the balls, bro. Now I'm in pain. You should know how painful it is to get hit in a ball sack. Actually, I've never been hit in a ball sack before, but I know ball sack pain. I have 3. Did you forget? Every once in a while, you pinch them just right, especially if you sit down, man. It hurts like a bitch. Thank you. Damn, Lance. Hitting the balls. Hello, Ash. Ouch. Yeah, see there's Dr. Balls. He can help you. Here, this is for everybody with the SAMR stuff. Here, hold on.
Oh my god!
Did you like that?
Now you have to stick it back up to your face.
No, I don't. It's hanging on my shirt. No! I heard that stink. I grew up with a dude named his dog Stan, and it was really awkward visiting his house. Him consistently saying, "Come, Stan, come." Oh, shit.
Alright, guys, I got to do exactly the same thing.
Slippery! Oh my god, that voice sounded like when you open a squeaky door. Well, everybody's been trying to get me to fart into my fucking microphone the past few days, and I ain't been able to. I've been constipated and drinking pickle juice and a hell of a lot of coffee to try to flush my colon, because I have kidney stone problems, so that's why I actually drink pickle juice, and I go through like a big ass jar of pickles in 3 days. But, you know, it helps sometimes. Every once in a while, you get some hellacious gas, though. Dr. Balls, I need you. Papa Trucker. Shut up, Tazila. I can't breathe. That was so fucking funny. You're welcome. Apple cider vinegar. I've tried that shit before, too. Papa Bear. You gotta do that more. That's hilarious. ASMR, yeah. What I do? Hey, honey. Today I bought 2 used mattresses and took a dump in my oven. What? What kind of brownies are you fucking making? I've never heard of pickle juice to help you go potty. Yeah, I have kidney stone problems, like really, really bad. So sometimes I get constipated out of both ends, and it hurts sometimes. So.
Alright, guys, so I have got to do the same thing as Ashley said, a little adulting. But before I go to do some adulting, I'm gonna do something else here. Let y'all see it happen. If I can get the fucking camera set correctly. Fuck your face. There you go. Okay. Well, here, I'll just do this. I'll see to it that you can get a look. Here, let's see. Okay. But anyway, I got to do some adulting here in a minute. But, I'm going to do something real fast before I move on to the adulting. And then tonight, maybe I can get you folks to join us at the virtual Reptarium. We have some new fish to unbox tonight. But yeah, we've got new fish to unbox tonight, so we will do that on live stream on the virtual Reptarium. And right here we got us a night crawler. Here. Let me grab the camera and we'll give you a little quick look at him. Yeah, you can see my other snake a little later. But see ya. See ya. We'll see you later on when the cows are back. But this guy here is Mr. Bill. This is Mr. Bill, the West African Gaboon Viper. Mr. Bill's a little over 4.5 feet long and a little over 17 pounds. He is a big guy. He's going to eat tonight for us. We got some feedings to do on TVR. We got some fish to unbox. We got some stuff to do tonight on there. We have another massive Gaboon Viper to switch over tonight into a little bit bigger of a tub. No, Bill. Come on, buddy. Hey, Bill. Keep your butt in there. Hey, back it up, boy. Hey, back it up. Back it up, Bill. Come on. Come on, Bill. Hey, back it up. And I'm going to clean shit up in this fucking place because I have an overflowing fucking Pepsi and paper towel fucking can. Pepsi cans and paper towels overflowing out of my 5-gallon bucket trash can. I got to clean this place. It's a hellhole. I've been neglecting this room horribly. What up, Jamie? I'm just getting ready to end things here until tonight. We'll be on TVR tonight. So, and guys, for everybody that knows that was here earlier, that we talked about not having any mods anymore on this channel, I will be removing all the rest of the mods as they come in on this channel, because I have not gone to the computer to do the shit, so I have to do it as they come in on the channel. But It's nothing, you know, that anybody's done. It's nothing like that. It is simply that we don't want moderation here. You know, this channel is where you can come cuss somebody out. You can come kiss someone's ass. You can do whatever the fuck you feel like on this channel. So, nah, LMP is going to be a pretend mod. The type of mod, well, not pretend, she's going to be a real moderator, but she's not going to have a wrench. She can only try to talk people off the ledge. But that's it. All right, Bill. Come on, Bubba. Oh, shit. You're heavy, you fuck. God darn it, Bill. We gotta put you on a diet, buddy. Holy fuck. My goodness. It's not natural for a snake to be this fucking heavy. Holy face fuck. Okay. There we go. So we have got Bill put into a little bit bigger of a Home Depot tub, and we will get Bertha moved over into a larger Home Depot tub tonight. As everybody knows, I had the snakes buried because I was worried about South Carolina Department of Natural Resources catching me. But I unburied them, and I'm giving them a little bit bigger of Home Depot tubs. Nah, that's not one of the new ones, Jamie. Nah. Okay, so I appreciate everybody for sure. Thank you. And again, we'll be back this evening, but we will be on the virtual Reptarium this evening. On the virtual Reptarium channel, it is, you know, we can talk about whatever over there. I don't have no problem with that. On the virtual Reptarium, though, we do got to keep language, you know, decent and stuff. You know, we try not to do much cussing and try not to do much of that kind of craziness over there, because there are some young children and stuff that watch, you know, the snakes and whatnot. So we try to keep it respectful over there, as most of you already have always done. I appreciate it. Anybody that does not, unfortunately, you know, we will have to, you know, moderate. But this channel here will be up. And again, this is unmoderated. Talk all you want. Say what you want. I don't give a fuck what anybody does or says over here. And we will have this channel where it is a 24/7 channel live stream for people anytime they want. My moderators over at the Virtual Reptarium are Sue Tom and JT Tom and the Iron Sword. Very good people, all of them. Sue Tom and JT Tom have been around since the start of my first channel. So, good people, and y'all have met them and talked with them. You know, they've been around even over here. So, anyway, guys, thank you, and someone's gonna be over the moon. Hell yeah. But we will see everybody tonight. Well, here, I'll give you a quick look at Casper. There you go, Casper. Hey, there you go, Bubba. There you go. But anyway, peace.